Hello guys, how are you doing? Once again, I'm back here to answer a very simple question so that I may clarify to you on why do we keep on mentioning the host. And this word host is very famous when it comes to the DV lottery and the green card. Why is it so famous? And do you really know about the host? So I want to talk about that. But first of all, welcome back to Verified Soul. And I want to thank you so much for being my community, my family. Thank you for subscribing and supporting me. I'm growing and we are growing together. If you're new, please consider subscribing. But let's come back. Then what is a host, or who is a host? And must you have a host if you've won the green card? So first of all, a host basically means a person with a United States address. Am I clear? A host is a person living in the United States, and of course, by living in the United States, they have an address. So any person with a United States address can be a host to you. So when we are talking about a host here, we have address here. Without the address, there is not the host. What do I mean? The host only has to provide you with the address. The address to where your documents, once you move to the United States, will be sent to. That's the only importance of the host. But sometimes the host can offer to give you a place to live, a place to stay in as you start settling. That's a different story. But the principal role of the host is the provision of an address for you to receive your documents once you go to the United States. I hope that point is very clear. So if the host accepts to give you a place to live, what we call sponsoring, if the host decides to sponsor you, that's a different story. Therefore, by defining the host that way, it means that a student who is studying in the United States can give you an address that when you go there, you will receive your document too. And the student might not be in the position to host you, to sponsor you, but the student has just provided you with what? The address. So he is basically your host. Is that very clear? You can as well decide, I have a lot of money, I'm financially capable, I don't need anyone's address. You can rent an Airbnb over in the United States, in whichever state you choose. And when you get an Airbnb, you will use the address of that Airbnb as your address. And in that case, you don't need any other person to give you an address, any other person to be your host. You can rent a hotel. You can rent an Airbnb and use that as your permanent address, the address in which you receive your documents. So that is what host means, that the host is a person that gives you an address that you may receive your documents once you land in the United States. I wanted to answer that question. And mind you, you can have a host here and have a sponsor on the other side. So a host can give you the address and you can get another person to give you a place to live in as you begin to settle in the United States. And that brings me to the end of the video. Please subscribe and like the video, and let's meet in the next one.